cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad.
Welcome to the house. It is Friday before we're gonna run this next load. I told you in the last video the day I got home, which was yesterday, we signed a rate con for even more money than what we ran last time. It's the same run. We're just gonna do the same thing again. So I shot a text over to another broker that I usually run home for. Not, well, maybe not usually is the right term, but I run a lot of loads for them. It's potato chips. It's pretty easy. It gets me back here Wednesday. Like I got to be here Wednesday or Tuesday night because they unload me at like 6 a.m. Wednesday morning, goes on another truck and relays and goes somewhere else. So it's a really convenient load to do. The problem is she has it down at like 1200 and we usually do it for the lowest we've done it is for 15. She's asking me to meet her there. So I just haven't answered her yet, and I opened up the load board, wanted to show you guys this. So we're looking at Portland. This is a lot more normal for the Friday before. This number will increase significantly, but it's good to see this number up right now. So there's a few things on there. The hearts are on there just because they catch my eye. They're brokers that we are already signed up with. There's a couple on there that we aren't really that great of friends with because they're hard to deal with. So don't get me wrong, it's just who we're signed up with. Anyway, this broker highlighted in the blue here, this is IEL. They're a good broker. I like working with them. But they've got an Olympia to Salt Lake City. And the first thing you notice is, wow, that's really low. I mean, we can see right there what the rate should be. And this is just a little pet peeve on a side note. One pick, one drop, light load. So they're justifying this poor rate because it's so light. But once you put a seal on your trailer, it's not like you can pick up anything else, if you would anyway. But they'll come up if we wait long enough. But anyway, this is the kind of debate you have with yourself. Is I could run the potato chips, I could run the food bank load over, the potato chips back. All told, it would be a good run. But if you do that, you're running that second load for a reduced rate, and that is going to hurt you. It's going to hurt the industry. It hurts everything. Those brokers say that they're losing money, and they're not losing money. They might on a load or two. I get that, but what they're going to do if you're in business, you're going to call up your client. You're going to say, "Hey, we thought we could do this load for 2,000. I have a truck ready to go for 2,800 or whatever. Can you guys come up?" And the brokers don't like to do that for obvious reasons, because they kind of made a liar out of themselves by telling them that they could do it for 2,000, but they need to. With inflation like it is, with fuel like it is, with your family, like don't run cheap freight. I mean, that's the biggest pet peeve, but I know people do, and it's their business, but it has long-term ramifications on the entire industry. One of the things about running the mountains that you need to pay attention to as well is, here's Meacham, Oregon. This is the weather station right on top of Cabbage Hill. This is an important one to remember if you run this country very much, because you can get pretty up-to-date conditions on what's going on Cabbage. You also, like, we use the DOT cams and stuff like that. They've got a pretty good website. But here on Monday, we have an 82% chance of snow. So we might be slow getting there on Monday. The snow isn't that big of a deal. What's the big deal is the people who don't know how to drive in it. And I'm not saying I'm the best driver at all, but when it snows up there, it's almost better to just make them, go when chains are mandatory because it's going to weed out a lot of people, and chains force everyone to slow down. You know, now the idiot is going 30 miles an hour with his chains on, you know, and that's only 10 mile an hour faster than what you should be going. But I mean, I've ran over that hill at 20 miles an hour with chains on enough times that it's not a big deal, but it almost just reduces the stress level when you know you got to put chains on, you put them on, and you just go slow and everything works out. So the following day should be okay when we're coming back over, and Tuesday is what's important for that backhaul because you kind of got to scramble. You get unloaded first thing in the morning in Fife, you bounce down, get loaded there around Portland, and then you got to make it all the way back to Caldwell, Idaho that night because they unload you at like 6 in the morning. You relay with another truck, and then he takes it on somewhere and does his 47 stops. He's a company driver guy. But anyway, so this is kind of the pre-trip. This guy parks next to me. That is one of the cleanest Freightliners you'll ever see. He's got all digital gauges on the inside. I mean, everything's just done right. Really good looking truck. Morning, everybody. It's 9:45. We just pulled into the shipper and for a 4:30 appointment. So we're gonna see how this goes. That's not too bad. Door 11. They told me it was going to be a little bit, but you know, they put us on a door. This place is kind of small. It doesn't have a lot of doors, so let's be optimistic. There it is. Destined for Fairbanks, Alaska, but she'll only be on my trailer till Seattle. All right, we got here at 9:45, something like that, for a 4:30 appointment. It's 11:18 and we are leaving. Loaded up, ready to go. We're at the 294 westbound on I-84 out here between Baker City and Grand, Oregon. And I don't know if you can see it on the video, but we're starting to get into a little bit of snow. casino here. We're out on the reservation, just east of Pendleton. We got a really nice truck stop. I frequent a lot. When I was a kid, this is just a little kind of a hole in the wall, without much parking or anything, but the tribe's really done a good job with it.
Onto I-84 West toward Pendleton.
There's two open ones. Very nice. Like I'm advocating for these people that make this device that I'm typing on, because I'm not, but it's one way there. Current economy, that's more like it. That's what we average, is about 5.9 to 6.2, getting 6.4 now from a long deadhead.
Stiff from age, lack of use, and Flintlock had to push hard on it to get it open. The Raven had perched on a narrow
water flying or pilot. Got some coffee and a water. We're just about 30 miles south of final destination, so we're gonna roll in there. Well, we made the exit. Destination. Try to do this again. Maybe this week will go a little bit better. I already called on about 5 loads, and various factors. You know, there's one really good load, and he wanted to give it to me. But they want us to load earlier than we can get there. I told him if he doesn't find anybody to give me a call in the morning, or I'll call him. But so that still could be on the table, but it looks pretty grim. And a couple of them, they wanted dry vans with a wood floor and metal sides or whatever, and just they didn't want to deal with it with a reefer. So we'll see what's going on. First thing tomorrow morning, we're going to try to wake up, as soon as they open the gates, so we can be one of the first ones in there. Give ourselves every opportunity that we can to get another load and get out of here. But I don't know what's going on. This load board still looks really weak. I don't know if it's... I don't know if it is a truck stop thing. I hear that you can get like a 30-day trial or something for the DAT board. So if things go really south, that's going to be something we'll add in our arsenal if we need to. But we're not going to just sit up here for days. And one of my rules about deadheading is I leave the house. For me to leave the house on these runs, it's got to be profitable round trip. Not just profitable one way, but profitable round trip. So I can go home. It might not be as much money as I want, but it's still good money. And then your quote unquote backhaul is 100% profit. So it works out good when you do stuff like that, especially if you're like me and will just drive away from a load you don't like. So anyway, we will see you guys in the morning. Morning, everybody. They just opened our gate here. We're on our minimum rest, but I'm gonna get in here. I looked at the load board, and we've got my potato chip load is there, and the other load that the guy just wanted us to load earlier than we were able to. So we've got two pretty good options. We're gonna get in here and see if we can get this thing unloaded early and put another one on the truck today.